In a world of noise and distraction, there is one place where wisdom still whispers, where voices of greatness echo through time. Welcome to the Motivational Library.
Your future is shaped by what you do today, not tomorrow. Procrastination isn't a harmless habit. It's a silent thief. It steals your time, your opportunities, and the potential you never get back. You already know what needs to be done, yet something inside you resists. A pull toward comfort, a drift toward distraction, a quiet delay that slowly becomes your life. This isn't laziness. It's how the brain is wired to stay safe, comfortable, and energy efficient. It favors short-term ease over long-term success. But the good news is simple. You can retrain it. This book is your battle plan for breaking hesitation and building unstoppable momentum. Inside, you'll learn practical, science-backed strategies to reprogram your mind, silence excuses, and act without overthinking. Not someday, not when motivation magically appears, but now, because procrastination is not who you are, it's just a behavior, and behaviors can be changed. The most successful people don't wait for perfect conditions. They move despite fear, uncertainty, or discomfort. Your life will be shaped by the actions you take in this moment. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop hesitating and start building the future you want? If so, this book will show you exactly how. Chapter 1. Why your brain loves the easy way out. Your brain is a master of survival. It was built to protect you, not to push you. Every time you face something uncomfortable, unfamiliar, or demanding, your brain whispers one message. Save energy. Stay safe. Choose the easy path. This instinct once kept our ancestors alive. Wasting energy meant starvation. Unnecessary effort meant danger. So the brain learned to avoid discomfort at all costs. But today, that same instinct works against you. It doesn't protect your life anymore. It sabotages your potential. The modern battle with an ancient brain. Think back to a moment when you planned to work on something important. A project, a workout, a new skill. At the very moment you were ready to begin, your mind fired back. You're too tired. Start tomorrow. You need more time, more research, more clarity. These thoughts feel logical. They feel convincing. But they are not truth. They are mental decoys. Your brain generates them to protect you from discomfort, nothing more. And every time you obey those excuses, you train your brain to repeat them. The cycle that creates a lazy mind. Avoiding a task once feels harmless. Avoiding it twice feels familiar. Avoiding it over and over becomes a habit. Your brain learns. Putting things off keeps me comfortable. So it keeps doing it. Suddenly, a task that once required 1 hour now feels like a mountain. The more you hesitate, the heavier it becomes. Days turn into weeks. Ideas turn into regrets. You don't avoid the task because it's difficult. You avoid it because your brain has learned that hesitation works. But hesitation is not a personality trait. It's just a mental habit built by repetition. And like any habit, it can be broken. The truth about motivation. Most people wait for motivation to strike. They wait for the perfect moment, perfect energy, perfect clarity. But motivation is a myth. You don't start because you feel ready. You feel ready because you started. Action comes first. Momentum comes next. Motivation comes last. Waiting for motivation is like waiting for a bus that never arrives. If you want progress, you must move before your brain has time to resist. The snowball effect of action. Your mind works like a snowball on a hill. At first, it's small. It moves slowly. It feels pointless. But the moment it begins rolling, it grows. It picks up speed. It becomes unstoppable. Action works the same way. The hardest part is always the first step. But once you start, even with something tiny, your brain shifts from avoidance to engagement. What felt impossible becomes manageable. What felt overwhelming becomes doable. That's the power of momentum. The 5-second window. There's a brief moment between intention and hesitation. A small window where your brain hasn't yet started generating excuses. Use it. The second you feel yourself hesitating, count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Stand up. Open the file. Write the sentence. Put on the shoes. Don't think. Don't negotiate. Don't wait. Movement breaks resistance. Resistance breaks when you move. Make the right action the easy action. Your environment shapes your behavior more than your willpower does. If your phone is nearby, your brain will check it. If junk food is visible, you'll eat it. If distractions are within reach, you will grab them without hesitation. Your brain always chooses the path of least resistance. So change the path. Make the things you want to do the default. Make the things you want to avoid harder to access. When the environment changes, your behavior follows. Action rewires the brain. Your brain may love laziness, but also loves progress. Every time you finish something, your brain is rewarded. It releases dopamine, confidence, and momentum. Each completed task strengthens the habit of action. Slowly, your identity shifts. Action becomes natural. Starting becomes easy. Discipline becomes who you are, not something you force. Effort is not your enemy. Discipline isn't suffering. It's a form of self-respect. It's training your mind to see effort not as pain, but as progress. The more you associate challenge with growth, the more your brain begins to crave movement instead of avoiding it. Excuses still appear, but they lose power. Doubt still whispers, but you stop listening. And with every override, they fade further into the background. Laziness is learned, so is discipline. You are not born lazy. No one is. Laziness is a pattern your brain learned, and what is learned can be unlearned. Your brain is not your enemy. It is simply following the instructions you've repeated for years. Rewrite those instructions. Change the pattern. Train your mind, and your life will follow. Chapter 2. The 5-second trick to beat hesitation. Hesitation is the silent killer of progress. It shows up the moment you think about taking action. You tell yourself, in a minute, but a minute becomes an hour becomes a day, and the task sits untouched, weighing on your mind like a quiet burden. It's not that you don't want to act. You do, but your brain pulls you back, not to sabotage you, but to protect you. Your mind is wired to avoid fear, effort, and uncertainty. Anything uncomfortable triggers the same instinct. Wait, think, delay. That tiny pause, the gap between intention and action, is where most dreams die. If you move in that moment, you win. If you hesitate, your brain takes over. The simple trick that breaks the cycle. You don't need more motivation. You don't need more time. You need to move before your brain resists. The method is simple. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. The moment you feel hesitation, count down and act. Stand up, pick up the phone, open the file, write the sentence. The countdown interrupts your brain's excuses and replaces overthinking with motion. It turns "I'll do it later" into "I'm doing it now." The more you use it, the more natural it becomes. You create a new habit, action on command. Why it works? Starting is always the hardest part. But once you begin, momentum takes over. What felt overwhelming becomes manageable. Your brain shifts from protecting you to assisting you. Action rewires your mind. Hesitation weakens. Confidence grows. Motivation becomes irrelevant. Because the system forces action even when you don't feel like it. From stuck to unstoppable. Successful people don't act because they feel ready. They act before readiness appears. They take the first step before the brain can stop them. That's the difference. Hesitation is just a habit, nothing more. And habits can be broken. So the next time you pause, use the countdown. Don't think. Don't negotiate. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Beat hesitation in those 5 seconds, and you take back control of your life. Chapter 3. How to start when you don't feel like it. There are days when even the smallest task feels like a mountain. You sit there, staring at the work in front of you, knowing exactly what needs to be done, yet you don't move. You wait for a spark, a shift in mood, a sudden burst of energy that will make beginning feel easier. But nothing changes. Minutes slip into hours. Hours slip into days. And the weight of not starting grows heavier than the task itself. It's not because you're weak, not because you're incapable, not because you lack ambition. It's because the mind is a master of distortion. It magnifies effort, exaggerates difficulty, and convinces you that starting is far harder than it truly is. A 5-minute task becomes a mountain. A simple step becomes a battle. That's why the beginning is always the hardest part. Because the real fight is not with the task, but with the invisible resistance inside you. But here is the truth. Once you begin, everything changes. The heaviness fades. The hesitation loses its power. And the task that felt overwhelming suddenly becomes simple, manageable, even easy. The power of starting small. There is a simple technique to break through mental resistance. Shrink the task. Don't aim to finish the report. Write one sentence. Don't aim for a full workout. Do one push-up. Don't clean the house. Pick up one item. When you remove the pressure of doing everything, your mind stops seeing the task as a threat. The resistance melts. And then something remarkable happens. One sentence becomes a paragraph. One push-up becomes 10. One small action becomes momentum. Because that is the secret. Action creates motion. Motion creates motivation. People believe they need motivation first. They wait for the right moment, the right energy, the right mindset. But motivation is unreliable. It is not the spark. It is the result. You don't get motivated to start. You get motivated because you started. Stop negotiating with yourself. If you want to break free from procrastination, you must do one thing. Stop negotiating with your mind. The moment you decide to act, you move before the excuses appear, before your brain talks you out of it, before hesitation builds its walls. The more you think, the more reasons you'll create to avoid action. Your mind is clever. It will protect your comfort at all costs. It will whisper, later, tomorrow, not right now. But that voice is not truth. That voice is fear disguised as logic. Take action before it speaks. Show up even when you don't feel like it. There will always be days when you feel tired, unmotivated, uninspired. Waiting for the perfect mood is a trap that will keep you stuck forever. Real progress is not made by perfect effort. It's made by consistent effort. Even if the work isn't perfect, even if you don't give your best, even if you only manage a small step, it still counts. It still builds habit. It still moves you forward. Every time you act despite resistance, you train your mind to obey discipline instead of emotion. And one day, starting will feel natural. Effort will feel normal. Action will become who you are. Your environment shapes your discipline. Your surroundings influence your choices more than your intentions do. If your phone is within reach, you'll check it. If the TV is on, you'll watch it. If distractions are nearby, your brain will choose them. Your mind follows the path of least resistance. So design your environment to make starting easy. Lay out your workout clothes. Clear your workspace. Remove distractions. Reduce friction. When the first step requires less effort, taking it becomes automatic. Small decisions shape your life. Every day, you face tiny choices that define your future. Do you get up or hit snooze? Do you start or delay? Do you push forward or create excuses? These small decisions form your identity, your discipline, and your results. Success rarely comes from grand gestures. It's built on small steps repeated consistently. Small wins, small starts, small moments of saying, I'll do it now. The beginning is the breakthrough. The hardest part of any journey is the first step, not the entire path, not the entire workload, just the beginning. Once you start, the resistance weakens. Your mind shifts from avoidance to engagement. The work transforms from a burden into progress. So don't wait to feel ready. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start small, simple, immediate. Shrink the task. Eliminate distractions. Act before your mind resists. And over time, you will transform into someone who doesn't wait for motivation, but creates it through action. Action is no longer something you force. It becomes your identity, your instinct, your nature. It becomes who you are. Chapter 4. How to trick yourself into loving hard work. Hard work carries a reputation it does not deserve. People treat it like an enemy, something painful, tiring, and worth avoiding at all costs. Most people don't fail because they lack dreams. They fail because they don't enjoy the journey required to reach those dreams. If the process feels like punishment, you will resist it. If the effort feels like a burden, your mind will search for escape. And if every step feels like a sacrifice, you will quit long before you reach the finish line. Long-term success is not just built on discipline or raw willpower. It is built on changing the way your mind interprets effort. You must trick your brain into loving the grind. Your brain is wired for pleasure. Use that to your advantage. The human brain is designed for comfort. It chases what feels good. It avoids what feels difficult. This is why entertainment, social media, and distractions always win. They deliver instant pleasure with zero effort. Hard work, it gives you nothing immediately. Results come slowly. Rewards are delayed. And your brain hates delayed gratification. But here is the secret. If you can't associate effort with satisfaction, the resistance dissolves. If your brain begins to expect reward from progress, it will crave hard work. Because the truth is simple. People who love hard work don't actually love pain. They love the meaning, the identity, the pride attached to the effort. They found a way to make the process rewarding. Attach meaning to your effort. When you treat hard work like suffering, every second feels heavy. But when you attach meaning, purpose, or excitement to what you're doing, the difficulty fades into the background. Dread makes effort painful. Meaning makes effort powerful. Your brain releases dopamine when it anticipates a reward, not when it receives it. This is why people get addicted to video games and junk food. The anticipation becomes the hook. But dopamine is not the enemy. It is a tool. If you train your mind to associate progress with pleasure, even tiny improvements will trigger the same effect. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge forward movement. Let every bit of progress be a reward. Do this consistently, and soon your brain won't resist effort. It will seek it out. Shift your identity. Become the person who thrives on effort. Your identity shapes your habits more than motivation ever will. If you believe you dislike hard work, your actions will follow that belief. But if you see yourself as someone who thrives under pressure, someone who grows through effort, someone who enjoys the challenge, your brain will do everything it can to stay aligned with that identity. Humans act according to who they think they are. The shift is simple but powerful. I have to work hard becomes hard work is who I am. When effort becomes identity, resistance loses its power. Fall in love with the process, not the finish line. People burn out because they're obsessed with the end result. They stare at the finish line so intensely that every step feels like suffering. But the masters, the athletes, the creators, the builders, they don't just love winning. They love training. They love the process. Writers fall in love with writing, not the final page. Athletes fall in love with the grind, not just the medal. If you can learn to enjoy the work itself, motivation becomes irrelevant. You don't need inspiration. You have habit, identity, and desire. The grind becomes the reward. Turn the work into a game. Your brain loves challenges, puzzles, and competition. It hates monotony. If the work feels like a chore, boredom kills your effort. But if you turn it into a personal challenge, everything changes. Set milestones. Track progress. Compete with your past self. Turn improvement into a game. When progress becomes fun, effort becomes addictive. Your physical state shapes your mental strength. When your body is exhausted, your brain will treat every task like a burden. Energy is not optional. It's fuel. Sleep well. Eat clean. Move your body. When your physical energy rises, hard work stops feeling like suffering. Your mind becomes sharper. Your discipline becomes stronger. Your resistance becomes weaker. Environment builds or breaks discipline. Willpower is fragile. Environment is powerful. If you're surrounded by distractions, you will choose them. If your workspace drains your energy, effort will feel heavier. If you spend time with people who complain about work, you will absorb their mindset. Design your environment to support your goals. A clean space, a focused atmosphere, a surrounding of people who value effort, a lifestyle that encourages progress. When your environment supports your ambition, hard work becomes easier, almost automatic. Make hard work the reward itself. The ultimate goal is not to force yourself through effort. It's to make effort something you genuinely value. The more you connect effort with progress, pride, and identity, the more your brain begins to enjoy the grind. This is how hard work becomes addictive. This is how discipline becomes effortless. This is how success becomes inevitable. The truth about hard work: you cannot escape effort. Life will always demand work, challenge, and discomfort. The question isn't, will I face hard work? The question is, will I learn to love it? If you treat hard work as suffering, every day becomes a battle. But if you train your mind to embrace challenge, to find pride in effort, to draw meaning from progress, hard work becomes freedom. Discipline becomes identity. The process becomes fuel, and you become unstoppable. Chapter 5: The Identity Shift. Who you believe you are determines everything you do. Every action, habit, and decision is shaped by your identity. If you see yourself as a procrastinator, your brain finds excuses to delay. If you see yourself as undisciplined, consistency feels impossible. Identity is self-fulfilling. To act effortlessly, you must become the person who acts without hesitation. Most people try to change by forcing behaviors, schedules, goals, habits, without addressing who they think they are. But behavior follows identity. A runner doesn't debate going for a jog. It's simply who they are. A writer doesn't wait for inspiration. They write because they're a writer. Your brain constantly seeks proof of who you are. If you act like the person you want to become, it collects evidence that reinforces that identity. Complete one task on time. You are someone who follows through. Push past resistance. You are someone who takes action. Show up consistently. The identity becomes automatic. Change doesn't happen in giant leaps. It happens in small choices. Write one page today. You are a writer. Do one workout. You are an athlete. Finish one task without procrastinating. You are productive. Small actions compound into lasting transformation. Your words shape your reality. Stop saying, "I'm lazy" or "I always procrastinate." Start saying, "I'm someone who takes action." Every follow-through reinforces the belief. Your environment matters too. Surround yourself with action takers, not complainers. Design spaces that encourage focus, not distraction. Small changes in surroundings accelerate the identity shift. Momentum is the key. The first step is always the hardest, but once you begin, action feeds itself. Habits become automatic. Resistance fades. Effort becomes effortless. The people who always get things done aren't superhuman. They've simply built an identity around taking action. They don't wait to feel ready. They act because that's who they are. Lasting change isn't about trying harder. It's about seeing yourself differently. When you become the person who works without hesitation, productivity stops being a struggle. It becomes automatic, effortless, inevitable. Chapter 6: How to Keep Going. Every morning you wake up with the best intentions. A list of tasks. A plan. Hope that today will be different. But somewhere between sunrise and afternoon, momentum fades. Distractions creep in. The phone dings. Emails pile up. Hours vanish. And your to-do list remains untouched. You know you should keep going. But motivation isn't there. Here's the truth. Motivation is unreliable. It's fleeting, emotional, and impossible to control. One moment you're fired up. The next, you question whether the effort is worth it. The secret isn't chasing motivation. It's building consistency into your life. Consistency isn't about pushing harder every day. It's about creating systems where action becomes automatic, where progress is the default. Small wins build momentum. Consistency is forged in small victories. Every task you complete, even tiny ones, reinforces your capability. One email sent, one page written, one step taken. These small wins compound. They create rhythm, momentum, and belief. They teach your brain, I am someone who shows up. I am someone who moves forward. Forget perfection. Embrace persistence. All or nothing thinking kills progress. One missed workout doesn't erase your streak. One delayed task doesn't mean failure. Consistency isn't perfection. It's persistence. It's showing up again and again, regardless of circumstances. Persistence beats perfection every time. Make progress simple and automatic. Complicated systems fail. Simple, manageable actions succeed. Instead of writing a book in one day, write for 10 minutes each morning. Instead of a full-hour workout, start with a 5-minute walk. Break tasks into bite-sized steps. Remove friction. Remove distractions. Design your environment to support action. Your desk, your space, your tools, they all shape your behavior. The easier it is to start, the easier it is to keep going. Reconnect with your why. Consistency falters when the purpose fades. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What bigger goal drives this effort? When you connect the small daily actions to a meaningful purpose, every step feels worth taking. Even mundane tasks become powerful, building towards something bigger. The power of routine. Consistency thrives on rhythm. A structured day allows action to flow naturally. It isn't about rigid schedules. It's about creating momentum that carries you forward. Morning blocks for focus. A designated space for work. A simple sequence that trains your brain to act automatically. Compounding effort creates breakthroughs. Consistency is the silent giant behind every success. Small actions, repeated daily, accumulate into unstoppable momentum. Weeks, months, years of tiny effort compound into massive results. Progress is invisible at first, but relentless persistence ensures it adds up. The bottom line, some days will be hard. Motivation will be low. Life will get in the way. But consistency isn't about perfect days. It's about showing up anyway. It's about persistence. It's about doing the work when it's hard, when it's boring, when no one is watching. Every small action moves you forward. Every moment of persistence strengthens your identity as someone who gets things done. Consistency is not glamorous, but is unstoppable. And in the end, persistence always wins. Chapter 7. The Power of Deadlines. Time is strange. Some days it drags. Others, it slips away unnoticed. But time doesn't just pass. You have to work with it intentionally. This is where deadlines come in. They aren't just schedules or reminders. They're triggers for action. Deadlines cut through distractions. They force focus. They turn vague intentions into concrete results. We've all felt it. A project looms, a task sits untouched. Then a deadline appears. Suddenly, something shifts. It's not magic. It's urgency. The recognition that time is finite sparks action before excuses can arise. Deadlines force decisions. They push you to prioritize what matters. They make discomfort productive. Without them, tasks linger indefinitely. You tell yourself, I'll do it later, and later never comes. The solution? Create your own deadlines. Even when no one's watching, even if it's just for yourself. Set real, meaningful time frames. Make a commitment. Raise your standards. Declare, this matters enough to finish it now. Break big projects into small wins. A giant project without a deadline is paralyzing. The trick, divide it into smaller, time-bound tasks. Focus on one step at a time. Each mini deadline provides direction, fuels urgency, and creates momentum. Treat every deadline as real. Even if it's imaginary, act like someone is counting on you. That sense of responsibility, real or imagined, pushes you to perform. Deadlines create growth. Deadlines aren't just about finishing. They're about stretching yourself. They teach focus, decision-making, and prioritization under pressure. They turn discomfort into fuel. Growth happens when you embrace the challenge. Deadlines sharpen concentration. A clear endpoint tells your brain exactly where to aim. No wandering, no uncertainty. One target, one mission. They also crush perfectionism. Without deadlines, it's easy to overthink, refine endlessly, and get stuck. With deadlines, you move forward despite imperfection. Progress beats perfect. Sustainable progress. Deadlines don't just drive short-term results. They manage time and energy over the long term. Break large goals into small, timed steps. Pace yourself. Avoid last-minute panic. Build momentum steadily. Even impossible-looking deadline becomes manageable with small steps. Ask, what's the smallest thing I can do right now to move forward? A 5-minute action, a single email, one tiny move, each step propels you closer. Deadlines are simple, yet powerful. They give direction. They force action. They teach focus. They break procrastination. Next time you feel stuck, remember, a deadline isn't a threat. It's a tool. It's your most reliable way to transform intention into achievement. Chapter 8. The No Plan B Mindset. When you commit to a goal, part of you always wants a safety net. If this doesn't work, I'll try something else. Plan B feels safe. It cushions failure. It whispers, just in case. But here's the truth. That safety net is the thing holding you back. Every time you leave yourself an escape route, you subconsciously tell your brain, failure is an option. You hedge your bets instead of giving plan A everything you've got. The result? Hesitation, half effort, dreams left unrealized. The people who achieve remarkable things, they burn the bridges to their escape routes. No plan B, no fallback, no excuses. When failure isn't an option, your brain stops resisting. You stop doubting. You stop hesitating. You start acting. Full commitment unlocks creativity. With no plan B, you become resourceful, determined, unstoppable. You focus entirely on the present, on the task in front of you. Obstacles no longer intimidate you. They challenge you. Solutions emerge because your mind has no other choice. Trust yourself. That's what no plan B is really about. When you rely on a backup, you signal, I'm not confident enough. When you go all in, you build trust in your ability to adapt, overcome, and win. No plan B in daily life. This mindset isn't just for huge goals. It applies to your daily actions. Stop saying, if I miss today, I'll make up for it tomorrow. Tomorrow rarely comes. Instead, show up today, no excuses. When you eliminate plan B, hesitation vanishes. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop retreating. You adjust, adapt, and keep moving. Every challenge becomes a stepping stone. The urgency advantage. Going all in creates a sense of urgency, a pressure that drives action. It pushes you through obstacles, sparks creativity, and forces progress. You don't need to know every step from the beginning. Clarity comes through action, not planning. Each committed step lights the path forward. The game changer. Letting go of plan B is more than strategy. It's a mindset shift. It removes hesitation. It eliminates distractions. It transforms doubt into action. It forces you to rise to your full potential. Without plan B, you don't just try, you make it happen. Without an escape, your focus sharpens. Your effort intensifies. You'll discover that you're capable of more than you ever imagined. Commit fully. Burn the bridge. Focus relentlessly. With no plan B, success is no longer optional. It's inevitable. Chapter 9. Remove distractions in 30 seconds. Distractions are everywhere. Your phone buzzes. Tabs multiply. Social media calls. Notifications scream for your attention. Everywhere you look, something is trying to pull you away from your goals. And far too often, they win. If you want real progress, you can't negotiate with distractions. You must destroy them immediately. The key? The 30-second rule. The moment you feel your focus slipping, the urge to check your phone, the pull of a random thought, you have exactly 30 seconds to act. Turn off the notifications. Close the distracting tabs. Remove yourself from the noisy environment. Refocus your mind. If you wait longer, the distraction gains momentum. Your energy, your time, your focus, it slips away. Act fast, stay in flow. Distractions aren't just external. Your mind will betray you too. Worries, random thoughts, doubts, they creep in and steal your attention. Notice them, name them, treat them like the interruptions they are, and refocus immediately. The longer you hesitate, the harder it becomes to return to flow. But act swiftly and momentum stays with you. Environment is everything. Your surroundings shape your attention. Cluttered desk, chaos. Open tabs, temptation. Phone in reach, power gone. Control your environment. Designate a distraction-free workspace. Use noise-canceling headphones in public. Turn off digital notifications or place your phone in another room. Use apps that block time-wasting websites. Make the easy choice the default choice. The fewer distractions you allow in, the stronger your focus becomes. Chunk it, time it, own it. Large tasks overwhelm and invite distraction. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on one thing at a time. Get your full attention. Use timed intervals to sharpen your focus. Techniques like Pomodoro, 25 minutes of undisturbed work followed by a short break. Keep your energy high and your mind laser focused. Your time is power. Every second wasted is power surrendered. Every moment lost to distractions is momentum gone forever. Treat your focus like a weapon. Train yourself to act fast. Remove interruptions in 30 seconds or less, and watch how much more you can accomplish. Distractions will never disappear, but your ability to handle them can become unstoppable. Momentum is built by swift action. Focus becomes natural. Flow becomes effortless. Results follow. When you master the 30-second rule, you're no longer a victim of the chaos around you. You become a force moving relentlessly toward your goals. Chapter 10. The One-Touch Rule. Stop wasting time on the small stuff. It sounds simple. You've heard it before. Don't sweat the small stuff. But here's the truth. Small tasks, left unchecked, are giant energy drains. A quick email, a short text, a minor chore. Alone, they seem harmless. Together, they pile up, steal your focus, and eat away at your momentum. You think you're being productive, hopping from one tiny task to another, but in reality, you're spinning your wheels. Your mind is tired, your energy depleted, and your progress stagnant. Enter the one-touch rule. It's simple. Every task you touch, you either finish it immediately or set it aside decisively. No hesitation, no procrastination, no endless second-guessing. That email? Answer it in 2 minutes. That quick chore? Handle it now. That notification? Respond, delegate, or ignore. Then get back to your focus. The longer you wait, the bigger the task grows in your mind. Later rarely comes, but action now builds momentum. Why it works? Every small task you complete instantly clears mental clutter. Your brain gets proof. I handle things. I am in control. And that control, it's powerful. It frees your mind to tackle the important, high-value work that actually moves you forward. The one-touch rule isn't just about doing tasks faster. It's about building discipline, efficiency, and momentum. You stop letting tiny interruptions dictate your day. You stop spinning your wheels. You start creating flow. Deep work meets one touch. Yes, deep work requires focus. But the one-touch rule helps you manage small tasks without breaking your concentration. When a minor task pops up, if it takes less than 2 minutes, handle it. If it takes longer, schedule it immediately or delegate. If it's not urgent, ignore it until the right moment. Decisive action removes clutter. It keeps your flow intact. Small wins build momentum. Each task completed immediately gives you a micro-victory, a sense of accomplishment, a spark of progress. And that spark, it fuels your next move, propelling you to tackle bigger, more complex tasks. The power is in simplicity. The one-touch rule is deceptively simple, but its impact is profound. It teaches you, don't procrastinate. Take control of your time. Handle distractions decisively. Free your mind to focus on what truly matters. When you apply this rule, your day stops controlling you. You control your day. You clear clutter. You regain focus. You build unstoppable momentum. Small changes. Immediate action. One touch at a time. That's how you win your day. Every day. Chapter 11. The Willpower Myth. Why you don't need more discipline. We live in a world that glorifies grit, telling us that success comes from more discipline, more self-control, more willpower. But here's the truth. Willpower is a limited resource. You can push yourself for a while, but eventually, your energy runs out. Relying on it alone leads to burnout, frustration, and endless procrastination cycles. Think about it. You muster all your willpower to tackle a big project. You push through discomfort, focus intensely, and make progress until fatigue hits. Your motivation wavers, distractions creep in, and before long, you're stuck again. More willpower isn't the answer. It's a temporary fix, not a sustainable strategy. The real solution? Systems, habits, and environments that make action automatic. Stop forcing yourself to fight every day. Instead, design your life so progress happens naturally. 1. Break tasks into smaller steps. Massive projects feel overwhelming and paralyze your willpower. Slice them into manageable pieces and start immediately. Small steps reduce friction, making action inevitable. 2. Build routines. Habits don't require decisions. Brushing your teeth doesn't drain your willpower, and neither should your work. Make the important actions automatic and eliminate daily mental struggle. 3. Optimize your environment. Willpower drains fastest when you're bombarded with distractions. Clear your workspace, silence notifications, and remove interruptions. Energy that would be wasted resisting distractions now goes straight into progress. 4. Reserve willpower for critical moments. Use it intentionally for bursts of focus or challenging decisions, not for every task. Habits and systems handle the rest. Here's the key. Don't fight against yourself. Make your productivity effortless. When routines, small steps, and supportive environments carry the load, willpower becomes a backup, not the main engine. Stop chasing discipline. Stop waiting for motivation. Build systems that work with your brain, not against it. When you do, procrastination loses its grip and consistent progress becomes inevitable. Willpower is like a battery. Start full, drain quickly. Systems are your charger. They keep you moving even when the battery dips. Focus on the framework, not the fight. Chapter 12. The Never Miss Twice Rule. Procrastination is sneaky. One slip turns into two, two into three, and before you know it, you're back in the same old cycle. But there's a rule that can break that cycle. Never miss twice. It's simple but powerful. You're allowed to slip once. It happens. Life happens. But don't let one miss slide into a pattern. Once you miss twice in a row, you've given procrastination a foothold, and momentum starts slipping through your fingers. Here's the truth. Missing once doesn't define you. How you respond does. The key is recovery, fast. Think of it like falling off a bike. You don't quit after the first fall. You get back on and pedal again. Life is the same. Miss one day, fail once, fine. Miss twice. That's a choice. Don't make it. The never miss twice rule isn't about perfection. It's about maintaining momentum. The faster you bounce back, the less power procrastination has over you. Each time you recover quickly, you reinforce a simple truth. Consistency is stronger than a single mistake. It also defeats the trap of all-or-nothing thinking. One missed day doesn't erase progress. 2 missed days start a snowball. Never miss twice stops that snowball before it starts. Progress over perfection, that's the mantra. This rule works for every part of life: work, health, relationships, personal growth. It's about showing up more often than not. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving forward. Each time you follow through, your brain builds momentum. Like a train, once it's moving, it's easier to keep going. Miss twice and you halt that train. Keep the rule, and the train stays unstoppable. The beauty of never miss twice is in its simplicity. Slip once? No scum. But commit to getting back on track immediately. That's how habits stick, momentum grows, and procrastination loses its grip. In the end, the rule is your safeguard, your strategy, your secret weapon. Fail without giving up. Recover without hesitation. Keep moving forward. As long as you never miss twice, no stumble can stop you. No setback can break your stride. Momentum is everything. Guard it. Protect it. Never miss twice. Chapter 13. Stop overthinking and take instant action. Procrastination isn't about laziness. It's about overthinking. Your mind spins, doubts creep in, and suddenly a mountain looks impossible to climb. You don't get stuck because you can't. You get stuck because you've thought yourself into inaction. The antidote is surprisingly simple. Stop thinking. Start doing. Overthinking is that endless mental chatter that keeps you frozen. You worry about what could go wrong, the steps you need to take, the what-ifs. The more you think, the less you move. But here's the truth. You don't need all the answers up front. You only need the first step. Taking that first action is like stepping into a cold pool. Uncomfortable at first, but once you're in, everything else starts to flow. Action creates clarity. Momentum begins. Fear fades. Here's a powerful trick. Focus on the very first action, no matter how small. Open a document. Write one sentence. Tie your shoes. That's it. That tiny move is enough to break inertia. That one small step proves to your brain that you can act. And once you start, everything else becomes easier. Overthinking tricks you into believing that thinking equals doing. It doesn't. Thinking keeps you stuck. Action moves you forward. Imagine a car stuck in mud. You could debate about it all day, or you can start pushing. Even a little nudge gets you unstuck. Planning is important, yes, but only when it leads to action. Overplanning is procrastination in disguise. When you catch yourself spiraling, step back and ask, what's the first small thing I can do right now? Then do it, immediately. Fear of mistakes is another trap. But mistakes aren't enemies, they're lessons. Every successful person has stumbled, failed, and learned along the way. When you stop fearing mistakes, you stop letting them hold you back. Each misstep becomes a stepping stone. Start small, start fast. The goal isn't perfection, it's motion. Each time you act, confidence grows. Each time you act, momentum builds. The next task won't feel as intimidating because you've proven, I get things done no matter what. This is how you reclaim your time and energy. This is how procrastination loses its grip. Every instant action you take strengthens your resilience, sharpens your focus, and proves that you are capable. The real power? It compounds. Small actions become habits. Habits become results. Results become momentum. Over time, you become someone who doesn't wait for the perfect moment because you've learned the truth. The best moment to act is always right now. Stop overthinking. Start moving. Take that first step, then the next. The mountain you once feared now begins to climb itself. Chapter 14. The secret of people who always get things done. Some people just get things done. No matter the task, no matter the challenge, they keep moving forward. If you've ever wondered how, the truth is simpler than you think. They've discovered a powerful truth. Action is everything. It's not about perfection. It's not about waiting for the right mood or ideal conditions. It's about doing consistently every single day. Successful people don't wait for motivation. They create momentum. They don't overthink, hesitate, or hope for inspiration to strike. They act, and the more they act, the easier it gets. That first step sparks the next, and momentum grows into progress. Progress fuels motivation. Motivation fuels action. It's a cycle that feeds itself. The secret isn't in grand gestures. It's in the small, consistent steps. Those mundane, unglamorous tasks, they're the real secret weapon. Every email answered, every page written, every workout completed. These small actions compound over time. This is the compound effect in motion. Stop waiting for opportunities. Create them by showing up consistently. The people who get things done don't sit around hoping life will hand them the perfect moment. They show up. They act. They finish what they start, no matter how small the step, no matter how insignificant it may feel in the moment. Here's what sets them apart. They focus on the process, not the outcome. The pressure of results doesn't paralyze them. They hone in on manageable steps, build momentum, and let progress drive motivation. Each step reinforces confidence, and that confidence propels them forward. Consistent action breeds resilience. Success is never a straight line. There will be setbacks, failures, and obstacles. But those who get things done know that failure is part of the journey, not the end. They bounce back, they adjust, and they keep moving. Each time they rise after a fall, they get stronger, faster, more capable. This principle works anywhere, in work, health, relationships, or personal growth. It doesn't matter if they're writing a book, building a business, or training for a marathon. The thread is always the same: consistent action. Here's the first step for you. Stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the right feeling, or the ideal circumstances. Start right now with whatever you have. Take a small action, then take another. Keep going. Remember, results don't always come from massive, dramatic moves. They come from the small, repeated steps, building a foundation that lasts. Over time, you'll look back and realize your success wasn't luck, inspiration, or talent. It was every small action you took day after day. The people who always get things done, they're not magic. They're not special. They've simply mastered the art of consistent action. And now you can too. Don't wait. Take the step, then take the next. Momentum is waiting. Start moving and watch the impossible become possible. Chapter 15, the 5-minute end-of-day review. You can spend an entire day running, working, hustling, and still feel like you got nothing meaningful done. Hours slip away. Tasks pile up. By the end of the day, exhaustion hits, and yet there's this nagging feeling. Nothing truly moved forward. Why? Because without reflection, without looking back, the mind remains scattered. The key to real progress isn't just in doing, it's in understanding what you did, what worked, and what needs to improve. The 5-minute end-of-day review is more than a productivity hack. It's a mindset shift. It's about taking control of your time instead of letting it control you. Most people ignore reflection, or worse, dwell on mistakes without learning from them. True reflection isn't about judgment. It's about clarity. When you review your day, patterns emerge. You see the distractions that stole your focus, the moments you hesitated when action was needed, and the overthinking that delayed decisions. Noticing these patterns gives you power. Once you see them, you can change them. The mind craves closure. Without it, unfinished tasks weigh you down. Loose ends create mental clutter, making the next day harder to tackle. Taking 5 minutes to review your day is like organizing your desk. Suddenly, everything has a place. Things feel manageable. Stress dissipates. Here's how simple it is. Ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What did I accomplish today? 2. What did I have done better? 3. What are my top priorities for tomorrow? Answer instinctively. Don't overthink it. Do it daily, and patterns emerge. You'll start to see what holds you back, what drives progress, and what truly matters. It's like having a personal coach guiding you, without needing anyone else. This habit doesn't require long journaling or analysis. 5 minutes is enough. 5 minutes to pause. 5 minutes to reflect. 5 minutes to reset. In those minutes, you close the day, process it, and give your mind a checkpoint so tomorrow starts fresh, focused, clear, and intentional. True productivity isn't about cramming more tasks. It's about doing the right things consistently. Without reflection, you might be busy, but busyness without progress is just another form of procrastination. By reviewing your day, you stop relying on random bursts of motivation and start creating a system that ensures success, even on low-energy days. The power of reflection lies in awareness. You train your brain to learn from experience, not get frustrated by mistakes. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, you ask, what can I learn? How can I improve? This shift rewires your approach to every challenge. And here's the bonus: closure. Ending the day with clarity frees your mind. No more carrying unfinished thoughts, worries, or chaos into the night. your brain can rest. Your subconscious continues working, preparing you to wake up with focus instead of confusion. The first hours of the day are no longer wasted figuring out what matters. You already know. Building this habit doesn't require massive discipline. It requires consistency. Easy to skip? Yes. Easy to underestimate? Absolutely. But the people who master time, who stay focused, who achieve their goals, they never skip reflection. It becomes non-negotiable, a mental checkpoint, a step toward improvement you can't afford to miss. Success isn't just about what you do. It's about what you learn from what you do. 5 minutes of reflection daily compounds into clarity, control, and confidence. It's a small habit with massive impact. The difference between wandering through your days and moving forward with purpose. If you want to stop feeling stuck, if you want to consistently grow, start here. 5 minutes at the end of every day. Reflect, adjust, plan, reset, show up tomorrow as the best version of yourself. That's how small habits turn into extraordinary results.